everybody, welcome back. Do you see me? Yeah, you see me. Can you hear me alright? All good? Are we back? Hello, hello. See if we can get everybody back in here. Okay, so I want to take this off. I want to look at a couple things. This would be really stupid. That's probably not worth it. Hello, I am back, yes. Alright. I wanted to see. No way. Okay, good. Good. Okay, so nothing new there. God, that is just way too loud. I'd love to have it playing, but god dang. Okay. What else do we need to do? I need to go to my implants. Oh good, normal music. So now we have the... Where did it go? There it is. Aerospace Tactics V2. And I need to find a better one of these. Hello. Yeah, if anyone else wants to loot, all you've got to do is find some Waste Seeker relics for me, and you can loot everything as I go through. Hmm. Damage boost and module. No. That's the good one. I think 4% is worth that. Hmm. Let's go ahead and swap that out. Now we should have better DPS when we activate everything. I've got to refuel as well. Alright, we are maxed out on fuel again. That's a 4 millionist lab. It's not what I'm looking for. It's another 4 millionist lab. Why is it so hard to get 5.5 millionist labs? Okay, so, are we going back to it, Snoopy, or do you want to take a break? I don't mind what you want to do. I'm pretty sure we've showcased this thing quite well. Oh god.
Undocking.
I'll just maybe sit outside of Gina for a minute. Let people see me. Okay. Yep, still just a 4 millionist lab. Kinda worthless. Just gotta find some place to go. Um, Maybe we should go towards like a high-sec island or something. We might have a chance. Oh no! Why can't you get your last 9 draws? Yeah, I'd be really happy to get this. I need 10 developments here. Listen, Moon, Marshall. Interesting, this is the battleship version. Marshall. You do have like 20 days to try to get this. Which I really do want to get. Just don't know what I should do to get that. That's really bad. $2,500's not the worst. How much luck does that give you? 400? It's not a whole lot. What does that give you? That gives you 100. $280. You can't even use a coupon on 5 of them. Yeah, 280 per. I don't know. I really don't know what the right call is. 10 per box. You can get pretty much anything. That would probably be the reasonable way to do that. Gives you 540 points. $20 points per. That's not bad. $900 Aurum for 200 points. I don't know. Would be a good idea to do that one. So 800 Aurum to get 200 points. That's better. Is there a... No, there is not. Alright. I don't know where I'm going. We need to find something. What should we do?
Warp drive active.
So far, not a whole lot going on. Spent some time selling things in the hangar and getting fit up and changed.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, it's a little hard.
Warp drive active.
I think I definitely like this ship a little bit more than the Lucent Moon, personally. Mediums.
Warp drive active.
There's a medium. Let me see if it's been run. There's 5 people here, so.
Warp drive active.
Yep, it has been run. Okay.
Warp drive active.
We had quite a few good hours of running these, though. Pretty happy with that. Barista's Inquisitor level 1. Isn't that the one we just did? Oh no, that's an actual Inquisitor. Ugh.
Warning, capacitor running low.
So is this the level 10 one? Yes. Nice. I hope going in with 30% capacitor is gonna be okay. Let me dock first. No. Let me dock first. Get some capacitor and then I'll come back out. This will be a good test for it too.
Warp drive active. Docking request accepted. Undocking.
I feel like this is going to be a lot more dangerous than our usual anomalies that we've been doing today. Come on, go.
Warp drive active.
There we go. Alright, let's see if it'll handle this. Yeah. I am passive fit, so makes me a little nervous, but I'm gonna have so much resistance, it probably shouldn't be a problem. I don't really know how these enemies compare with Waste Seekers.
Warp drive active.
I've not done one of these. I've done the low tier ones, but not one of these.
We're under attack.
Well, they are certainly doing a better job, I'll tell you that. Interesting, so it's just one room now, instead of multiple? I'm guessing it's multiple waves.
Enemy ships
Yes.
detected. We're being warp scrambled.
Yeah, passive tank does fine. They are doing a lot better job than the Waste Seekers, though. In terms of damage. Got a web. That's nice.
We're being warp scrambled.
How many waves are in this? I didn't see.
Enemy ships
7 waves,
detected.
did that say?
We're under attack. scrambled. We're being warp scrambled.
Should be 3? Okay.
We're being warp scrambled. We're being warp scrambled. We're being warp scrambled.
No, it's just... Yeah, I can definitely understand why people die in these. They are very dangerous. These were actually harder than the Waste Seekers we've been running. Okay. Yep, have at it. Thank you for finding this. Let me know if you find anything fun in there. We got one Dread Barista's Stasis Webifier.
Warp drive active.
Fun. That ain't worth anything. That's okay. There's a small Waste Seeker here. But maybe I want to leave that for people? I don't know. We'll just see if it's been ran. If it hasn't, we'll run through it.
Warp drive active.
Yep, it has been run. Okay. Yeah, it's really a two-man job.
Warp drive active.
Like, this is... It's one thing to just run these for the bounty tick, but you really, really should have somebody coming by with us, like a frigate or something that can grab this loot. You don't necessarily need a capital ship either. I think you could do this just fine with like a rattlesnake. I wonder what the
Warp
cost
drive
of one
active.
of those integrated looters is worth right now. $47 billion. I don't think it's worth 47 billion. I'm sorry. I'd really almost rather buy a blueprint for it. If there's even an
Warp drive
option.
active.
Even that's not great.
Warp drive active.
Yes. No waste seekers, no labs. Okay, let me see if one of my other alts has a lab. Nothing. 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 All the content dried up.
Warp drive active.
I wonder what kind of respawn timer they're on. Or spawn timer. There's a small waste seeker here. There's 2 other people in here, so it's very likely going to be being run.
Autopilot disabled. Warp drive active.
Let me see. Oh, it's not been run.
We're being warp scrambled.
Yeah, I'm sure you had a lot of fun with the Nitro on this thing.
Enemy ships detected. ships
Wave 3.
detected.
By the way, we are now at 22,841. 24-3 something with the decentralized command. Okay, I'm going through the top one here. The hell?
Warp drive active.
We're under attack.
I think we're
Enemy
just gonna
ships
have a
detected.
whole lot more luck in areas with low population. I think we're right now, like, in the most busy time of the day, so we'll probably find a lot less.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Okay, next. This is passage 2. Oh, is that you warping in? Okay.
Warp drive
I just
active.
saw like an enemy worm. I'm like, oh, it's doing that again.
We're under attack. Enemy ships detected.
That's fine, game.
We're under attack.
Oh, bug. Yeah, it's one of the better bugs that we encounter regularly.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
I'm trying to figure out how I would try to afford another one of these or two of these. I don't really know how I would go about that. Because... Ugh. Plus the Lucent still has a lot of use. Okay. Next. Another gate.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack.
Passage 4. There is another gate here. You know, I feel like the mediums have the best loot.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. ships detected. We're under attack.
I think I will call it a day after this. We've been going for like 8 or 9 hours. Pretty happy with that. We covered a lot of content. We covered a lot of scenarios for this ship. We messed around with the fit, showed what it can do as a passive fit. I'm pretty happy with that.
Enemy ships detected.
Yeah, sadly we haven't found the cyan spawn yet. Maybe eventually we'll get one.
We're under attack.
Probably to get one we'd have to go to a high-sec island and try resetting there a whole bunch. Gita is 10 light years away. You know, the way that this ship flies and feels reminds me a lot of EVE Online, where these super capitals are running the dens. This feels a lot like it. Yeah, I'll probably go to Cortler or something. It's the closest one. Actually, I can't say that for certain. Yeah, Cortler's the closest one. Should probably just move my Lucents over there as well.
Warp drive active.
How far in distance is that? 10 light years.
We're under attack.
We have... We have no other gate here, so...
Enemy ships
small
detected.
relics, the maximum is 5, it seems.
We're under attack.
Love the way the game's done it. Yeah, no, I need one that's gonna spawn me a cyan in high sec.
Enemy ships detected.
This is wave 3 out of
We're
5.
under attack.
Yeah, it's definitely a nihilist space. I have no idea what it's telling me, but it's telling me something. It hasn't affected me that I know of. Okay, I've got to make one more jump, I think, and then I can jump straight into Cortler.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Yeah, I really do think that they should bring more content like this, but in like a mission format. Hi, Kumi, welcome back.
Enemy ships detected.
This should be
We're
wave
under
5.
attack.
Cortler is 6.7 light years away. So I need to go one more jump. Ay ay ay. Yeah. No, they still have that. I've been grabbing them all that day. Alright, so that is that. Let me see if I can get over to Cortler,
Autopilot engaged.
and hopefully I can just jump. I'm 6.39 light years now. I need one more jump.
Warp drive active. Autopilot engaged. Autopilot engaged.
Not quite yet. But Susie's made quite a killing today. Okay.
Warp drive active.
Uh, yeah, the Shanghai looks... The Shanhai looks so good. Gotta wait for my capacitor. Ugh.
Warp drive active.
My poor capacitor just doesn't want to keep up. Whew. Let me try to get more skills here.
Warp drive active.
Maybe this time it won't be so bad. There we go. Alright, so we've got our main people here. Go ahead and dock here. .7 light years.
Warp drive active.
Okay, we have a 4 million and we have a 5 million. Darn it. That is because I jumped through 6 light years to get here. It used up all of my capacitor to try to do that Sun Chaser engine activation. You'll see me do it again here on my my Shanhai.
Warp drive active.
And because I jumped, I have a jump drive cooldown, so I can't jump again for 4 minutes. Okay. Uh, we're at 6.39 light years. I need one more jump to make that work.
Warp drive active.
Yes, I did answer your question. It's because I used um, the Sun Chaser engine to jump 6 light years. That uses capacitor, as well as it uses fuel. So I'll show you again here on my main. So watch this. I need to shut that down. Okay, so I'm at 77% capacitor. It's probably going to take all of that in order to do this jump. So you'll watch it, it absorbs a whole bunch of my capacitor, and then now it sends me all the way to Cloytler. Instead of having to go gate to gate to gate, I can just skip a bunch of them, up to 6 light years in range. I have more skills toward that on my main character than I do my alts, so it doesn't take nearly as much capacitor, but it's a really cool feature that the Young Jung ships and now the Shanhai has.
Warp drive active.
It means I can skip over null set gates and low set gates as well. Yes, 6 light years.
Docking request accepted.
It depends on the system you're going to. Some systems are like just out of range of 6 light years because they're up and down. But you just need to watch your Oop. If I'm sitting here scrolling through, like, if I want to go to foreign, up here, right here, you're gonna see where it scrolls a little bit, and now it says 5.92 light years. That's 12 jumps away. So I can actually jump from here to there without a problem. But any further than that, it pretty much becomes a problem. Still no 5.5. All of the Young Jung ships have that feature. So the Lucent Moon has it, the Kanyu has it, the Wangyu has it, the Jonyu has it, the Kanyu prototype has it, and a few other ships, like the Kanyu Assault. All of those ships have it, and then also the Shanhai. It's really good. Oh god, I keep messing with things. Hmm. If I would just get a 5.5 millionist lab to spawn a cyan, it'd be so nice. The Marzio does not get the Sun Chaser engine. So ship tree. All of these ships that you're seeing here, the John Yu prototype, the John Yu, the Canyon Striker, Canyon Prototype, Canyon, Canyon Logistics, the Wangyu, and the Lucent Moon all have that jump. What you have on the Marzio allows people to jump to you, but does not allow you to jump. Let's see. Do we have a Concord thing in here? It's the Marzio is more of a fleet PvP kind of thing, so it's going to want to call allies to it. Yeah, I've got 10 minutes until I have a reset. So I guess I can just run these other two labs. Nope, it is not a normal thing. It is special for freighters, jump freighters, and the um, Shanhai and all of the Young Jung ships. Right, so while we're doing this, I am going to get my fleet of miscreants here.
Undocking.
It is not the same. Oh, you found a large Azim? Good stuff.
Fleet warp.
If you don't want to be fleet warped, don't exit station. I didn't think about that before I did it. I'm so used to being just me. Yes and no. I think they're on like some kind of timer or something. I don't really know. Because we've had them disappear and other times we don't. Maybe it's because some rooms haven't been cleared. I really need more information.
Warp drive active.
Okay. The Shanhai was the first one to land. Come on, Lucent Moons. You can do it.
We're under attack. We're
We
under
don't really
attack.
need that. Okay. And this is how you absolutely annihilate these encounters.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
So just to give you an idea, this is what we're working with. Defense of 2 million, defense of 5 million. But these Lucent Moons are not
Enemy
passive
ships
fit.
detected.
Just nothing quite like watching all the explosions happen.
Enemy ships detected.
The Lucent Moons actually have a really good lock time. They're very comparable. And the Lucent Moons don't have their logistics thing activated. Oh my god, the explosions.
Enemy ships detected.
Oh no! You'll get there. You have a full month to try to get your hands on it, Jinner. No, you're fine. There's not a lot of information about these ships in general.
Fleet warp. Fleet warp.
That was way too easy. Look at this swarm of bees around us. So, dreadnoughts are gonna be really tanky. They typically don't have like drones or fighters or anything like that. And they
Warp
use
drive active.
high slot weapons like railguns, missiles, lasers to deal damage. They're gonna be the ones that are up front taking all the damage, um, and surviving on that. Carriers are gonna be your what would typically be
We're
considered
under attack.
long range options. Um,
We're under
they're
attack.
able to deal with smaller targets easier. They use drones and fighters as their kind of options. Drones are not as often, but definitely fighters
Enemy ships
is the
detected.
usual for a carrier. Super carriers are meant to deal with like dreadnoughts and carriers. Super carriers are using heavy fighters um, with a lot of defense and a lot of damage, but they lose the ability to really deal with small targets.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
They are almost exclusively built to deal
We're under
with
attack.
capital ships. Assault carriers are very similar to carriers, but they kind of blend that role between carrier and super carrier, where they're built to deal with both small ships and larger
Enemy
capitals.
ships detected.
Um, they're usually very good in
We're
PvE,
under attack.
like carriers are, but they have that firepower behind them to deal with those PvP situations. I think I pretty well summed up those. After super carriers
Detected.
comes a ship type called a Titan.
We're under attack.
They are like souped up versions of dreadnoughts.
We're under attack.
They're extraordinarily tanky. They deal immense amount of damage, but they're not built for dealing with small ships in most cases. They are usually used as like a siege weapon where they are dropped in an area to kill Fortizars and Capsuleer outposts and things like that. They also get dropped on super carriers in order to kill a super carrier quicker, but we don't have any of them in game right now. Hmm. I ran out of enemies to kill. No. No. Yeah, I think for most people, a carrier in a dreadnought is gonna be the most that they ever get their hands on. Um, there are less people with assault carriers than there are carriers, and even fewer people have super carriers. Usually, a super carrier is going to be a corporation asset as well, and it is shared between the people that can actually fly them. Very rarely does a capsuleer or a player own their own super carrier. There might be maybe 100 people in this game that own their own super carriers. The rest of them were built by a corporation and are leased out to a player to fly that ship. But it remains under the control of the corporation. Well, that's unfortunate. I ran out of content. I think right now the dream. Your corporation will definitely have a different price compared to what I know personally. A super carrier. A super carrier is usually around a trillion ISK. Let me put that in chat so you can comprehend that. For the fit, give or take a few 100 million or billion. Yep, that number. That's a lot of numbers. And that's on the low end, usually, I think. The hull is usually the most of the fit cost at somewhere between 700 billion. Yeah, that's pretty much the range of a supercarrier. Oh, come on, can we just get a 5.5 millionist lab? We got nothing!
Fleet warp.
Bringing our ships home, boys.
Warp drive active.
Yes, the hull means the ship itself. Man, we have really had a lot of success today. I think we've had a really good day.
Docking request accepted.
All these plebs with cyans. Get a real ship. Yeah, this event is gonna get really confusing if the stuff doesn't dock properly, or go away properly. Well, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna end it here. We pretty much ran out of content to do. I was really hoping to get a 5.5 million ISK lab to spawn, and have a cyan for us to test against. But you know, that's just how it goes. We've done every single size of Waste Seeker Relic. That is small, medium, and large. I don't think extra large exists. We also did a Gista's Inquisitor anomaly. We did some labs. I think we've had a great time. The ship handled beautifully. I could not ask for a better high-sec ship than this. I really couldn't. The Lucent Moon is extraordinarily close competition with this thing. I can't say one way or the other which one is better. I think the Lucent Moon with a lightweight ship fit is going to perform the same as the normal fighter fit that I'm running here on the Shanhai. The Shanhai outperforms the Cyan by almost double or triple, in my opinion. And that is because it has access to the Annihilator Doomsday weapon, it has access to the Exterminator Doomsday weapon, which I will try to get my hands on to showcase that. It has a better fit between its power grid and all the slots are the same, but also the health is better. Yeah, the lightweights perform very similarly because of the webbing that they apply. I think the lightweight ship fit on the Lucent is an absolute banger. It's awesome, but it's very well tied with the Shanhai. Like, I'm not even using some of the best drones you can get, and I don't have 555 in fighter skills. I only have like 450 right now. So there's a lot of DPS to be made up, and a lot of application to get. But yeah. Yeah, it's definitely nice that the lightweight ships have that built-in web and scram, which really does help them apply to smaller ships. I just don't feel like the fighters need it. The fighters are better off getting like speed buffs to keep up. There are very I do not recommend doing that, Kubi. You can be banned for doing that. Yeah, I would stay away from that, Kubi. So that's kind of my thoughts on the Shanhai. It does everything I want it to, and more. It performed spectacularly. I really don't know what else to say, other than, like, if you're looking at this ship and you want to spend $250 to buy it, just the ship itself, and then have to spend another 15 to 20 billion ISK to fit it in a way that I have, you have to weigh that cost with what you have right now going on, and if it's worth having this ship in your hangar. Because once this event goes away, the content that it's going to be running is just going to go right back to running labs in HiSec. This event isn't going to stay around forever, unless they decide to make a change to PvE, which they have teased, so that's good. We'll see where that goes, but for right now, this is just a better Cyan that is competitive with the Lucent in terms of tank and in terms of DPS and application. It's very similar. The Lucent can, in a lightweight fighter the lightweight ship fit can do dormant realms, which is a huge benefit to it. It would be a little difficult to run dormant realms with the Shanhai. Don't do that either. Alright, thank you all so much for joining me today. There's a link to our Discord in the YouTube, as well as on Twitch. This was probably part 2 of today's videos and streams. We spent a long time looking at this ship and feeling out what it can do and making this with it. Really awesome. It was a lot of fun. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't probably have this ship. I'm really happy I've got it. And it will probably become my main ship for my main account. And the other 2 Lucent Moons that I have on my alts that you see here will be slowly working their way into the lightweight ship kit. Thank you. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you hanging out and having fun with me and helping me find content. Without you guys, it would be a lot worse of a video, definitely. And it certainly wouldn't make me feel as good. So, I appreciate you guys hanging out so much. I can't thank you enough. Tomorrow I have off as well. So, I may consider showing off the Tech 10 jump. And seeing what kind of things we can do with the Praxis 2 on a day 1 account. So thank you all so much for coming, and I will see you on probably tomorrow's stream. Take care and be safe.